Okay guys, it's been so windy this morning that I got started without really doing any video today. So you can see I've got the rafters on half of the greenhouse. I've got the first rafter cut and sitting on this side. Got quite a few more to go. So I'm gonna try to get these on there. I took a little bit of drone footage when the wind knocked down a little bit, but as the wind comes up, I'm not going to be able to record a whole lot out here today, so maybe I'll do a video later this evening and explain some of the things we did, try to get some pictures along the way. This is going real well. I really think that we're going to end up with a very, very, very sturdy greenhouse that can stand up to at least the storm we had last time. Shouldn't affect it at all. How much I get done today, I don't know. I used to drive until I was broken, and now I just kind of move and get things done. I've got so many projects to do that there's no end to it. So let me get started back on these rafters again, and I'll check back in shortly. Okay, I've run into a small problem here. Nothing I can't fix, but it was just something I didn't anticipate, which I guess happens to all of us in projects. Where the ends of the rafters come out to the ends of the building, there's an aluminum gutter that was part of the Harbor Freight greenhouse kit. The rafters are sitting on it instead of the top sill plate inside of the greenhouse. So I think what I'm going to do is take the grinder and cut here, here, and there, and that should allow that to drop down and let me get a good attachment point to the top sill plate. On top of that, what I'm going to do is put blocks of wood on the inside into the top sill plate, and then up against the ends of these and put screws in them. It's kind of a poor man's hurricane strap, but it attaches it then to the top sill and then to the rafter through the side, so it's just another attachment point. So let me go get the grinder and get started on doing this. Okay, after trying a couple of these, the grinding wheel, the cutoff wheel just keeps getting smaller, and I don't want to keep switching grinding wheels. So I'm going to opt for another one of those great Ryobi 1 tools. This vibrating cutoff tool. This is a fairly thick aluminum, but it'll probably cut it with ease. So let's do this one and see. Cuts it like a dream. I think that's how I'm gonna do the rest of them. Ryobi 1 to the rescue. Okay, I got all of those cut, and I've got all the rafters secured now to the building. So the next thing I have to do is make a measurement out from the building on the end ones for how much of the overhang we want. We'll mark that, we'll run a chalk line, and then we'll use a level, and we'll cut those off. So let's get with that. Okay, now we'll get our measurements. Our purling at the end comes out as an overhang of 16 inches. This is more than the original Harbor Freight greenhouse, whereas it just was flat-sided and had these cheap aluminum gutters. I'm going to leave these out 16 inches, and we'll measure out 16 inches, put a mark on the first one and the last one, and then I'll put a screw at this mark. We're going to chalk line and snap it, and then we'll take a level and we'll go along and mark that level, and then we'll cut those off. And then we'll put a trim board across the front of them, which will also come out and help us with our overhang rafter. But this will allow Tracy to hang potted plants under the eaves of the greenhouse so they can only get morning sun, because the sun comes up over here and rises up over and sets over there. So everything on that side of the greenhouse gets evening sun, whereas everything on this side of the greenhouse only gets the morning sun. So this will leave her a place to hang potted plants and adds more usable space to the greenhouse. That's just a temporary screw to hold the chalk line while we snap a line. And all we got to do is take a level, get that level with ground, a straight edge, level in the middle, mark that, and then we'll take the circular saw and cut that. I'll go ahead and mark the rest of these. Okay, the rafters are all on. I still need to put the hurricane straps on to the upper sill to the rafters just to make sure that wind has the least chance of succeeding against this greenhouse next time. You know, we've got a really busy season planned this year with 40,000 square foot of gardens to get in. Our silage cloths will be here this week coming, so I'll have to get those laid out. I still got to get some stuff cleaned up out in the gardens, but I can't help but feel we're running out of time. Tracy and I have been running through life together for 35 years. We've gardened, we've canned, just making sure we have the supplies necessary. I think that inflation is eventually going to get the best of all of us. They keep writing checks and spending money like there's no end of tomorrow. And eventually it's gonna hit. Things are gonna become expensive. Our goal is to make sure that our family and ourselves and our local community here has what they need to survive tough times. And maybe I'm wrong, but I think tough times are coming. We live in a semi-rural community. You can probably hear the basketballs bouncing. We have a community center located adjacent to our property where the community comes together for cookouts, and they just put the basketball court in this year, picnic shelters. So it's a pretty tight community. Real big on keeping kids out of trouble and keeping kids in the community here. So with the greenhouse project not done this weekend, that leaves me next weekend to get it finished. The only thing I still have left to do is to get the strips down that go opposite of the rafters. Every 12 inches there'll be a 3/4 inch thick strip that goes across, and that's what we'll secure the Lexan to. Had a good weekend. I did what I don't normally do. I went slow, took my time, made sure everything was right with the overhangs on the building so Tracy can put hanging plants around the greenhouse. I probably will add a covered porch section to the front of it before the summer's over with a metal roof on it, so that we have a place to get out of the sun in front of the greenhouse and just relax. I still got to get the irrigation system put in. Man, I got a lot of projects. We got canning projects coming. We've still got the seed project that we're gonna do a whole series on the heirloom seeds. We use nothing but heirloom seeds here on this farm, so that we can plant this year, save seed from that and put seed back for next year, so we don't have to buy seed every single year. I'm hoping to get a couple acres of corn put in this year so I can feed that to chickens, because chicken feed itself is becoming extremely expensive. So we got a lot to do. So this pretty much ends part 2 of the greenhouse project. So now it looks like there's going to be a part 3. Maybe in part 3 we'll talk about how we put the Harbor Freight greenhouse together. We used 4x6 timbers buried in the ground with 4x4s in the corners in the middle, set in concrete, and then we bolted the greenhouse down to that, and it was full ground contact lumber. We ran the 4x4s up in the corner. We talked about that before, and those are set in concrete, and then they're lag bolted to the 4x6 base so that they give strength. And now that they cross over the top with the cross pieces, there is a lot of strength in this greenhouse that wasn't here. I'm thinking if you've got a Harbor Freight 10x12 greenhouse, after you've had it a few years, put a new roof on it. Yeah, it's changing the whole aspect of this greenhouse to make it more usable, more sturdy, better looking. I'll be honest, I never liked the look of the cheap metal top that came on it anyway, so maybe it was a blessing that it got destroyed. But thanks for tuning in. Go ahead and hit subscribe and hit the bell and be notified, because we're going to put out at least a video a week that has something to do on a homesteading project. We've got so many projects, and if there's anything that you'd like to see us discuss, and maybe you're new to gardening or maybe you're experienced at it but you don't save seed, if you want more information on any topic here on the homestead, just put a comment down below and I'll read those and respond to them, and maybe we can do a whole series on information. If we don't know a lot about it, we can visit one of the neighboring farms or another homesteader we know from YouTube or online and get them kicking in too. Let's all work together to make sure that people can get by. So I'll see you in part 3. Maybe a video or 2 between it. We started the incubator, so